Hey everybody! In this video I will be talking about unexpected tea changes. So the changes that surprised me, that kind of threw me off guard at how fast they happened and how intense they happened. So yeah, I'll start off by saying I snore now. I never used to snore when I was pre-T. I don't know why that is, I don't know how that is, but I totally snore now. I used to be a super quiet sleeper, but now I snore. I even sometimes wake myself up by snoring. Like I can feel my breathing and going up my nose, and it's weird. So yeah, snoring is something that I was not expecting to start doing once I started T. Number 2 would be stinky feet. I never had stinky feet when I was pre-T. It's weird, like I never really, my body just, even now, I don't really, when I sweat, I don't stink. Like, my BO isn't terrible. It's not something you really notice, but I've definitely noticed that I have stinky feet now. My partner complains about it every now and then. And that's something that kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and that's definitely something that surprised me after starting T. Yeah. Number 3 is I can finally now stay up like super late and as well sleep in, right? I used to be a person who would start to get tired around 8, 9, like pretty early, which resulted in me probably being in bed, by like 11, but these days I find it a lot easier for me to, stay up late and not feel any sort of tiredness, which is, shocking to me, which I love, actually. I actually love it because, when hanging out with friends, I would hate, getting tired, and, I would just predict even going out with friends later on at night, I would be like, oh man, I'd probably start ending up getting tired around this time, but I don't even have to worry about that anymore, and, that's fucking awesome. And on the other side of that, I also sleep in more too, which I guess, it works because I wasn't an early bird before I started T, and now I can actually sleep in, so that's, and I love sleeping in. It's awesome, and it's something that I could never do before when I was pre-T. Like, I would always be that one friend, after, like, waking up before everybody else in the house, I was always that person. So it's great to finally be able to just, sleep in. I also find it harder to wake up early in the morning, whereas before it wasn't an issue at all. I would just wake up early, and these days it's like I gotta peel myself up from sleep, and it's kind of hard. And but yeah, whatever. On the flip side, I do enjoy staying up late. I do enjoy sleeping in. So another thing I was not expecting was the amount of growth and body weight I would gain in a really short amount of time. Like, as you can see, like, I'm kind of broke, so I can't really, like, go out and buy new clothes a lot, and I haven't really been able to, ask around or, like, hit up thrift shops or really find any bigger clothes that I could wear. So I'm still stuck, wearing the clothes that I had when I was pre-T, and everything is, like, super tight now, and which I don't mind. I don't mind wearing tight clothing. I just don't like tight pants. I just was shocked by how quickly that happened. Like, by the time I was around 3 or 4 months, I definitely did not fit in most of my things like I used to. My binder had started, cutting into my back, giving me body pains, within the first, 3-4 months. And, my pants I stopped being able to, to button up my pants all the way around my stomach. It got harder to do that. And you know, I eventually did outgrow like my 2 pairs of jeans that were like, you know, my everyday jeans. I couldn't wear them. They would just, you know, and they were the only pants I had for a really long time. You know, only until maybe about a month ago, I finally was able to get 2 new pairs of jeans that actually fit me without having to, you know, give me a stomach ache, or like, you know, just not be able to be buttoned up all the way or zipped. So, yeah, that was something that I was not expecting to happen so quickly. I thought in my mind that I would probably get bigger closer to the year mark, but yeah, that clearly didn't happen. I grew pretty fast. Another thing that I was not expecting was how intense the acne was going to get. Now, I thought I had acne problems, like, you know, earlier in my transition. Like, I thought I was having acne problems, but to be honest, it is nowhere near as bad as it was then than it is now, and I'm closer to a year now. Yeah, the you know, the amount of pimples, I've got so many now. You know, the placements, it's like all over my like chest and my arms and my back. I just was not expecting the severity of the pimples, and they're really painful too, right? I was not expecting that to happen so quickly, or not even quickly, just so intensely. Like, I thought that I was kind of safe from, you know, the really bad acne and the bad breakouts and stuff that I had seen, you know, other trans guys go through and heard other trans masculine people go through. I felt like I had somehow, you know, escaped that, and was able to pass it, but no. It totally affected me too, and it's something that I do struggle with. I'm, you know, considering, you know, starting a regimen and, you know, sticking with routine, because sometimes, you know, something simple like washing your face twice a day, I get pretty lazy sometimes, and then I'll just like only wash my face in the morning but then forget to at night. So it's, you know, little things like that that I just kind of have to like work towards fixing for myself, and just kind of trying out different ways to, you know, minimize breakouts and, you know, all those awful things with the skin. Anyways, another thing was bottom growth. Now, I was not aware that that was going to happen so quickly and so much at the same time. You know, it only took me a couple weeks before I noticed visible growth down there. I guess I was kind of lucky in a way, because yeah, I was already kind of big down there before I started tea. So maybe that had something to do with it. The tea just helped it grow even more. But, you know, that was definitely something that I was not expecting to happen so quickly. You know, I'm pretty happy with what's going on down there. I was not expecting so much of a temperature change in my body. I find myself, you know, warm a lot, and just warmer than, you know, other people, because I guess of, you know, the growth I've accumulated. And yeah, the temperature change is, you know, it's great. I'm loving it, because I used to be a person, I was really skinny before I started tea, and I used to be, you know, one of those people who'd get so cold, you know, just so instantly just get cold. And these days, you know, I'm finding it like I'm staying warm, and it's just how my body is generating heat now, and I love it. So, yeah, that's something I wasn't expecting, but something that I'm totally loving. And the final unexpected tea change out of all that I could think of, was me overextending myself every time I stretched. I don't know what it is, but a lot of the times I'll be stretching and just stretching because, you know, I have to stretch, and my body would cramp. Like, I would get cramps in my legs and my arms, I guess from overextending, but it doesn't even feel like I'm overextending sometimes, and my muscles just cramp up. And I feel like it probably has something to do with my muscles changing and my muscles growing at a quick rate, at a fast rate. So You know, maybe stretching is, you know, kind of irritates that in a way. I'm not totally sure about the reason behind that, but yeah, that's also something I was not expecting. Well, those are my unexpected tea changes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.